There is a moment that most people never forget, not a loud moment, not a dramatic one. It happens quietly, at a dinner table, or in a living room,
I need to
or
tell
in
you
the
something
middle of a
important.
conversation
Please,
with
just say
someone
it
they
again. I
love.
can't quite hear you.
You ask them to repeat
We're running out of
themselves.
time.
They do, and something inside you shifts, because it happened again. And you're starting to wonder if it will always be like this now. His name doesn't matter. But his story does. He was 63 years old. He had spent decades building a life he was proud of. A family, a career, mornings with the news and evenings on the porch. He was sharp, engaged, present. And he assumed that what was happening to his hearing was just what happened. Time passing, cells aging, the natural cost of a life lived fully. He told himself it wasn't serious, that he was fine, that everyone struggled a little more with sound after a certain age. And for a long time, he believed it. But here's where it gets interesting, because what he didn't know, what most people in his situation don't know, is that what we call just aging is rarely the whole story. By the way, if you're watching this and you've ever seen someone close to you go through something like this, I'd really like to hear your story.
And then she
Leave a
told
comment
me,
below
"Imagine that,
and tell
right
me
in the
where you're
middle of
watching
everything."
from.
I know, I wouldn't have
You might
believed
be
it.
surprised
And
how
that's
many
exactly
others
what he
share your
said.
experience.
Wow. So what happened next?
Let's go deeper. The medical community has known for decades that hearing is not simply a mechanical process happening inside the ear canal. It is a deeply integrated neurological event. Sound waves enter the outer ear, pass through the middle ear, and reach the inner ear, specifically a structure called the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, thousands of tiny hair cells convert vibrations into electrical signals. Those signals travel along the auditory nerve directly to the brain, where they are decoded, interpreted, and given meaning. This means that everything affecting your brain, your nervous system, your circulation, and your cellular health can influence what and how well you hear. And this is where the real problem begins. Modern life places an extraordinary load on the nervous system. Chronic stress, noise pollution, disrupted sleep, processed food, sedentary habits, all of these things contribute to a state that scientists call oxidative stress. Oxidative stress happens when the body produces more harmful molecules than it can neutralize. These molecules, called free radicals, damage cells throughout the body, including the delicate hair cells of the inner ear and the neural pathways that connect your ears to your brain. Unlike many other cells in the body, auditory hair cells do not regenerate. Once they are damaged or lost, they do not come back. And because this process is silent and gradual, most people don't connect the dots until the changes become undeniable. But there's something else, something that rarely gets discussed in casual conversations about hearing health. The auditory nerve, the direct line between your inner ear and your brain, depends on consistent, healthy blood flow to function at its best. Circulation matters, nutrient delivery matters. The health of the surrounding neural tissue matters. When circulation is compromised, when inflammation is elevated, when the nervous system is chronically overloaded, the signal pathway between ear and brain becomes less reliable, and the person sitting at that dinner table starts asking their family to repeat things more often. What most people don't realize is that this isn't inevitable. It's not simply the clock ticking. It is a system under pressure, and systems under pressure can be supported. That's a critical distinction. The man in our story eventually started asking different questions. Not what's wrong with my ears, but what is my body missing that my auditory system needs to function at its best? He started paying attention to circulation, to oxidative load, to the health of his nervous system, to sleep, to stress, to the nutrients that support neural integrity. And he found that there were natural approaches, evidence-informed ingredients, lifestyle habits, targeted nutritional support that could play a meaningful role in supporting ear and brain wellness. Near the end of this video, I'll point you to something that may be worth exploring. A natural support formula designed to help support hearing clarity, cognitive focus, ear wellness, and nervous system health. If you're curious, check the link in the pinned first comment below. It's there for anyone who wants to take the next step thoughtfully and intentionally. But let's come back to the bigger picture, because that's what matters most. The surprising part is how much of what we experience as aging is actually the accumulation of unaddressed stress on the body systems. The ears are not islands. They are connected deeply, intricately, to the brain, the nervous system, the cardiovascular system, and the immune system. What supports one supports the others.
You're absolutely right,
He never
Dad. It was
stopped caring about the
fantastic.
conversations at that dinner table. And once he understood that what he was experiencing was not simply fate, but a signal worth paying attention to, something changed. Not overnight, but gradually, quietly, the way the best changes tend to happen. You are watching this video for a reason. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's concern. Maybe someone you love reminded you today that your ears are worth thinking about. Whatever brought you here, this is the beginning of a more informed conversation. The science is clear. Your hearing is connected to your brain. Your brain is connected to your nervous system. And your nervous system responds to how you live, what you consume, how you manage stress, and whether you give your body the support it needs. Don't
You
wait
wouldn't
for the
believe what
moment at
happened
the
today
dinner
at the
table
park.
to become the
do
defining
tell.
one. Start asking
it the
better
duck pond
questions
incident?
now.